He walked into a luxury store he owned and was treated like a criminal who didn't belong. Staff watched him closely, whispered behind counters, and spoke to him with open contempt. A manager questioned his presence. A cashier hinted at theft. Customers stared. No apologies, no explanations. He said nothing. He waited because they didn't know the man they were humiliating controlled every badge, every paycheck, every door in that building. And when the truth surfaced, careers didn't end quietly. They collapsed in front of everyone. He entered the store without announcement, without escort, without urgency. The polished space buzzed with quiet confidence, staff moving quickly, customers browsing freely. The moment his presence registered, the energy shifted. Conversations slowed, eyes lingered. A sales associate stiffened, watching him longer than necessary. He walked deeper, examining items with deliberate calm. Two employees whispered near the counter. One glanced at him, then at the security desk. A third employee subtly repositioned herself between him and a display as if guarding it. The first approach came fast. "Sir," a young associate said, blocking his path, smile thin and forced. "Can I help you with something specific?" "I'm just looking," he replied evenly. Her eyes scanned him again. "These items are exclusive, very expensive." He nodded once, said nothing. She didn't move. "We've had incidents before. If you're not planning to purchase, I'll need you to stay near the front." A nearby customer turned to watch. Another slowed, pretending to browse while listening. The man thanked her calmly and continued walking. That was when the second humiliation landed. A senior associate approached, voice louder, sharper. "Sir, you can't wander freely like this. We need to keep an eye on merchandise. Are you accusing me of something?" he asked quietly. She smiled, but it was cold. "Insane people who belong here don't mind transparency." A cashier snorted softly. A customer raised an eyebrow. The implication was clear and public. He stepped aside, letting them speak. Silence from him only made them bolder. The manager arrived moments later. "What seems to be the issue?" he asked, already annoyed. The senior associate gestured at the man. "He's been moving around unsupervised, acting suspicious." The manager looked him up and down. "Sir, this is a private business. If you're not here to buy, I'll ask you to leave." "I am here to buy," the man said. The manager scoffed. "Then you should understand our concerns. Do you speak this way to every customer?" the man asked. The manager leaned in slightly, lowering his voice, just enough to sound threatening. "Only the ones who raise red flags." That was the third humiliation. Direct, deliberate, witnessed by half the store. Still, the man didn't argue. He didn't defend himself. He didn't explain. He stepped toward the central counter. "I'll take everything on this floor," he said calmly. Laughter broke out. Someone whispered, "Sure you will." The manager shook his head. "Sir, don't make a scene." The man placed his phone on the counter. "Call corporate," he said. The manager smirked. "You think corporate cares about call?" Corporate, annoyed. The manager dialed. "Put the call on speaker." "This is Martin from downtown," the manager said casually. "We have a disruptive individual claiming he wants to purchase the entire floor." A pause. Then the voice on the other end changed. "Did you say him?" The manager frowned. "Yes. Is he standing at the center counter?" Silence swallowed the room. "Yes," the manager answered slowly. "Martin," the voice said, now careful. "That is the owner?" Every sound stopped. The manager's face strained. The senior associate froze. The cashier's smile vanished. The man finally spoke. "My name is Daniel Cross," he said, voice level controlled. "I built this company. I own this store, and you just accused me of theft." No one moved. He tapped his phone once. "Begin the audit," he said. Within minutes, emails began landing. Security froze. Access, registers locked. Employees' badges stopped working one by one. Customers watched in stunned silence. Daniel turned to the manager. You judged first, you accused second. You never once asked who I was. The manager tried to speak. Daniel raised a finger. Don't. He turned to the senior associate. You treated suspicion like policy. Then to the cashier. You laughed. He looked around the store. Every moment of silence you used to feel powerful is now evidence. Phones buzzed across the room as corporate compliance teams logged in remotely. Daniel walked slowly, deliberately toward the exit. He stopped once more, turning back. Effective immediately, he said. This store is closed for investigation. A corporate voice echoed from the phone. All involved staff are suspended pending termination. The manager sank into a chair. Daniel didn't look at him again. He walked out, leaving behind a store full of people who had mistaken silence for weakness and authority for immunity. Outside, the doors locked automatically. Inside, careers were already over. Daniel didn't smile. He never had to. They learned too late who they were talking to.